These past 6 months, I've made it my mission to grow my Instagram page from the lodge, and it's been such a good ride. We started in January with just over 200 followers, and now we're over 3,000. But the numbers aren't the biggest win. The best part is that I've posted over 100 times, tried so many ideas, and I'm finally finding my groove in the way I shoot, edit, write, and how I share stories as a whole. So today, I want to take you through this journey, the chapters that got me to this point, and why I think just starting is the best thing you can do. So let's start at chapter 1. Just start. If you don't know me, here's a quick rundown of who I am. I'm Yanu. I've worked as a videographer and photographer since I graduated uni 8 years ago, as well as in film and TV production since 2021 until recently. I've worked on projects like Indiana Jones, The Meg 2, Andor, The Crown, but last year I decided to go all in. Not just freelance, but I wanted to try and build something myself. So I started from the lodge, a creative outdoor lifestyle page. At first, this was just travel videos. I was sharing recommendations of places we visited, spots you should check out, paired with a weekly newsletter where I was going a bit deeper into those stories. The idea started as I wanted to make something that was informative, useful, and inspired people to get out there. But, you know, those early videos were rough. I was terrified of talking to the camera. The lighting was bad, my sound was off, I had no consistency in style, but I told myself to just keep posting every week and just put it out there. So the first phase, let's say posts 1 to 37, it was all about getting reps in. I was figuring out what Instagram wanted, what made people stop and watch, how does short form content work compared to YouTube. And in that time, the only video that really did okay was one from Iceland. But I started noticing videos were performing better where I was talking to camera a bit more, where I was sharing a bit more of who I am. I was slowly learning how to write scripts, how to find hooks, how to make good short form videos. But honestly, first phase, no one was watching. But that was okay because I was figuring things out. Then we moved into chapter 2. Let's call it the slump and the shift. After gaining a bit of creative momentum before Christmas, I rolled into January and I felt like I was starting from scratch again. After taking a bit of a break, I had just over 200 followers after posting about 40 videos, and I started the year with just no motivation. I knew I just had to start and just keep posting. So I started small. I started sharing these Cape Town cinematic vlog type videos. I also started thinking a bit more intentionally about thumbnails. Instagram had just updated their grids, so the cover image mattered a bit more. And I wanted mine to feel like a magazine cover, like those Patagonia covers, which I shared in my last video. I started refining my color grading, picking out consistent fonts, and slowly finding a creative rhythm again. Then came the shift. Chapter 3. I'm gonna call this the Patagonia breakthrough. Because after 2 weeks of posting these Cape Town reels, I shared a video about these old Patagonia covers, and it took off. It wasn't overnight viral or anything, but way beyond anything that I'd posted before. And the crazy part is that that was the first time I was really taking a bit of a creative risk. I stopped trying to copy what other people were doing, and I just shared something that I really loved, shared something that was interesting to me, and just let people into my creative process. And that video unlocked something. It opened up a creative world that I hadn't explored yet, mixing some visual storytelling, photography lessons, and vintage inspiration. So I started a series, and that's when things started to stick. I realized that short form loves formats. If you can build a repeatable series, people come back for that structure. I think that's the key to building a brand online. From there, I split my content into different categories. I started photography tutorials, some deep dives into vintage outdoor culture and design, some creative inspiration, as well as sharing some personal and travel adventures. It wasn't perfect, but I felt like I was finally starting to offer something of value. It wasn't just aesthetic vibes, but content that might spark something in someone, might spark them to go try something, go somewhere new, or start their own project. This whole journey of experimenting then led me to my first brand deal with a British shoe brand called Lax. I made a video for them, which they ended up using as an ad, and it was all new territory for me. By this point, I was trying to post daily, or as much as I possibly could. I wasn't planning too far ahead, but I was trying to stay consistent and just learning as I went. This then led me to experimenting with film photography a bit more, After Effects and motion graphics for the first time, being open to growing and getting better, and it just kept leading me to more creative ideas. That leads to chapter 4, which I would say we're in right now. Going into this second half of 2025, I have a much clearer sense of who I am, what I want to be making online, how I want to present myself online. I've got 2 new series that I'm currently planning through this summer, alongside personal trips and photography projects. I'm also thinking a lot about how I come across online as a photographer, a filmmaker, a content creator, and honestly, that's hard to force how people perceive you. But what I can do is just make things that I care about. And looking back, when I scroll through my page, I'm proud of what I've done so far. Like, sure, some of the stuff at the start, the first 50 posts weren't that good, but I can track where I've tried something new, where I've shifted my style a bit, when I started trying to learn a new skill, and how that then launched me into a new creative phase. And all of that's the part that matters. So to wrap it all up, this craft of making videos, taking photos, telling stories is incredible. And if there's one thing you take from this video, it's that you should just start. Just start that project. The first version will not be what you imagine. It won't be. It won't be perfect. But if you just start and you just keep going and you keep approaching it with curiosity, wanting to grow, wanting to get better, 100 posts later, you'll be amazed at how much things have changed and how you've changed as a creative, as an artist, whatever that is. Not just videos, whether you're painting, writing a book, or writing a blog. Just start. You can overthink it for years, and that's what I did for the whole of my 20s. I overthought it and just put it off. So thank you for watching. Subscribe if you want to follow this journey. Follow on Instagram, From the Lodge. I'll be sharing weekly series on outdoor creative projects, on things I find inspiring, brands I'm learning lessons from. There's a lot of fun stuff to come this summer, so go check it out, follow along here, and I will see you in the next video.